All right, so this is going to be part one. Um, the New York Giants, to me, was a franchise that did things the right way, always. Um, at the time, I was a huge LSU fan and North Carolina fan before I became a New York Giants fan in 2004. Um, but when they drafted Odell, I was shocked. The reason why he fell was because of injuries. He was banged up. He was always dealing with a hamstring injury, and that's why he fell. Um, for me, I wanted Mike Evans because I liked it. My receivers taller. You know, but Odell Beckham Jr. wasn't the tallest, but he had huge hands and he had a high catch radius. Um, he was super ultra talented. His mom was a track runner. His dad was a running back in LSU, so you could see where the genes came from. Um, but to me, I think Odell never worked on his craft. Um, you know the saying, talent beats hard work without you know you even trying. Just because you're so gifted, you don't have to work. You don't have to work 10 times as hard because you already, got it off the rip. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I think that Odell, his time with the New York Giants was vastly underutilized. I mean, his time with the Giants, I believe that they didn't use him the right way. Because if you look at where he went after he left the Giants, they moved him all over the field. They did a whole bunch of wildcat pitches. They did a whole bunch of screens, bubble screens. Like they moved them around. And I feel like the Giants' offense, it was just a slant. That was just basically all of his routes. Not really, but probably like 80% of them. But I just feel like he didn't really flourish here like he wanted to. Obviously he missed the first 4 games. He was like a couple of yards shy of breaking Randy Moss's record and Toomer's record at the